Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I am Chris from iLeather.com, and today we're going to use Envy Shave Winter Forage. This is a soap by Nathan Clark, and boy does this have a great scent. I really love the scent of this soap. It's really hard to explain. You get some like a cinnamon type of scent, and maybe it's a little woodsy or something like that, maybe a little pine, but boy does it come together beautiful. The cost for this is $16 for 4 ounces, so right at $4 an ounce, which is sort of that cutoff mark for an expensive soap. I did use a sample of this before and I really enjoyed it, so we'll give it a go today and see how it goes. Oh, and by the way, we're going to use our Envy Shave Knockout brush. I call it, again, knockout because it knocked busted out. If you saw that video yesterday, this brush, man, it feels great on the face. It's a hybrid knot. It's not really a bulb and it's not really a fan. It's like somewhere in the middle. It's dense, it's soft, and boy is it wonderful. I have really, I really enjoyed test lathering with it yesterday. I haven't had it long enough to enjoy it a lot, but based on my test lather yesterday, it feels like the best knot that I own by a good bit. It is just fantastic. So we'll use it today, and also we're going to do our blade challenge today. We're going to go Derby Extra versus Derby Premium, and we have the Derby Extra loaded in this red tip and the Derby Premium loaded in this red tip, and we'll split our face and right down the middle and see if I can tell a difference, at least on this first shave. This will be an ongoing series, although it won't be consecutive. Tomorrow I'll use something else, but in a few days we'll come back to these razors with the same blades in them, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, looks like I've got a good load. Let's wet the face and get going. Stay tuned. All right, so let's see how we do today with this Nathan Clark. I got the knockout because it has sent Busta to the mat for good, which of course we're joking about. And on the soap here again, Winter Forage. Now I will say, when you first start to lather this soap, it will be a little bit slightly foamy. Continue to work it, and if you continue to work it, you'll end up with a very nice lather. And I had really good luck with this my first time using, and I'm sure I will today too. Boy, does this brush feel great on my face. It is, man, I couldn't be more pleased. Nathan Clark calls this the 8-ball brush. So if you want one, you can go and check that out at his site. Man, does it feel like a pillow. 25 millimeters. It is absolute luxury. I mean, it feels luxurious. Nathan asked me last night, about the Plisson, how I still feel about that original Plisson. Not this kills it. I mean, this is far, far superior to that original Plisson knot. Okay, let's see how we do now on our blade challenge. Again, this one is Derby Extra, and that feels nice. A lot of times Derby Extra gets a bad rap, and even I, at one point, put it on my worst blades or worst gear list, and later I revisited it and found, it's not as bad as I originally thought. I think a lot of the bad rap with the Derby comes about because people tend to use a Derby when they first start, because they used to include it with like Edwin Jagger razor, and during that time you don't really know what you're doing. Your face hasn't adjusted, and so you say, boy, that blade is crappy. Maybe it's not. Maybe, it's actually you. Your face hasn't adjusted. You haven't learned really how to properly shave. You haven't developed your technique. That side felt great. Felt nice and smooth. Let's try the Derby Premium. And that feels good too, people. I might be getting a hint more smoothness out of this. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes, over the next 2 passes in the days to come. It does feel smooth, but the other side didn't feel bad either. The main difference in these blades is the cost. One can be found for $8 to $9. That is the Derby Extra. The Derby Premium is about 15 bucks per 100 each of them. So there's an excellent first pass. Let's come back for pass 2. All right, so that first pass, I'd call it even. It felt pretty smooth on both sides. I didn't get any tugging or pulling or anything. The only difference I can find, apart from price and packaging on those blades, is the Derby Premium says it's made from Swedish steel, and the Derby Extra does not. The rest of it, in terms of the coating and the way the blade is described, is exactly the same. So, I don't know. All right, let's see what we have here. Boy, this stuff smells great. This is a great smelling soap, this Envy Shave Winter Forage. And again, if it starts out a little foamy or sudsy, continue to work it, and you'll get it into a nice creamy consistency. This is a fine soap, or at least it has been for me. I've seen Peter Charkelis use it, and he enjoyed it as well. Okay, let's go for pass 2 and see how we do with our Derby Extra. And that feels quite good. I mean, I'm really not feeling any tugging or pulling. Overall, feels quite nice. No problem at all. And I really love the red tip Super Speed. It's my favorite of the Super Speeds. My favorite that was made. All right. Feels nice. Not detecting a lot of difference on the first pass, but we'll see if the second pass sort of tells us something different. Now, this is the Derby Premium. Again, I would say, to me, there might be a subtle difference here in smoothness. This feels to me a little bit more smooth, so that's at least what I'm detecting here. Whether it's sharp or not, sharper or not, I don't know. All razor blades are pretty doggone sharp, and if you're not careful, you'll find out. But at least on this first 2 passes, seems to me this is a little bit more smooth. Not dramatically so, but a little bit. All right, let's sweat the face, or rinse the face, I should say, and come back for pass 3. All right, and here we go, pass 3. And boy, what a brush this is. This knot is fantastic. I like it a lot. Fabulous job, Nathan. Thank you very much. Because I asked him about the knot when I bought it, and what he thought I might like based on my preferences, which I like a soft, I like something that feels luxurious, you know. These are 10 to 15 minutes I'm taking here to really treat myself. So I want a luxurious experience in terms of the way the shave feels. I don't have any need to scrub the heck out of my face. I just did that in the shower. So once the shave starts, I no longer have a need to scrub the heck out of my face. I want to pamper myself and really enjoy the luxury of a nice shave. And you don't have to spend a lot to do it. You know, luxury doesn't always equate to a lot of money, because you can buy these soft knots for 10, 12 bucks. You don't have to spend a lot, but I do want, you know, I want something that feels good on my face, not scritchy and scrubby. And because like I said, I've already spent some time in the shower, you know, scrubbing my face. So it's now time to pamper. And we're dragging a piece of very sharp steel across our face, and, you know, so I don't need to brush to really be all that aggressive on my face. All right, we'll switch sides here and use the Derby Premium on this side for this go around. And one of the things that a buddy of mine, Kerry, said is, because I'm right-handed, sometimes when I shave the left side of my right hand, the blade does tend to be at a little bit of an angle. You don't notice, but it's almost like a slant situation. It's not always, 100% straight going down. Tends to get at a slant a little bit. I never thought of that, but that is true. You can absolutely get a little slant action going there, which would make it a little different. Now, if I was using my left hand, it would be more straight up and down on my left side as it is for my right. And he suggested that I try to, on these comparison videos, shave with my left hand on my left side just to sort of see how that went. And I will in the future. Not today, though, because I really want to see how these blades go. And the Derby Premium, at least on shave one, is very smooth. Very smooth. Now again, it's 15 bucks, so it's not inexpensive, but it's not feather expensive either. It's not bad price. But I gotta tell you, that felt really smooth. Let's see how we do with the Derby Extra. Yeah, I believe, for whatever reason, the Derby Extra just is a little bit more smooth. At least that's what I think I'm feeling. Not dramatic, but a little bit. Now, over the course of the next, several videos in this series, whether we get 3 or 4 shaves out of this blade, we'll see. Maybe I'll, over time, maybe one will wear out faster, and I'll be able to tell you about that. But as of today, I think the Derby Extra is just a hair not as smooth as the Derby Premium. That may not hold true throughout this series. So we shall see. And again, this series won't be consecutive. I'll come back to this in a few days and try it again and see how I feel about it. All right, let's wet the face. We'll come back for the post. Stay tuned. All right, and before we bring in the magic made by witches, let's give you a little look here. I'm dropping my brush all over this place in the sink. Give you a look at this lather. Nice and creamy. I don't know if that sheen comes across, but it's got a sheen, nice and slick, good cushion glide. This is a very good quality soap in my opinion. Very nice indeed. Let me rinse my hands. All right, and in comes the magic made by witches. There's witch hazel. This one is cucumber with aloe. Very good stuff. Part of my routine day in, day out, as you know. Let's go ahead and review the gear before we get to the aftershave. This is Winter Forage by Envy Shave. Very, very good. Again, if you get a little foamy lather in the beginning, keep working it and you'll get something beautiful. Really, really nice, and my face feels great. Envy Shaving, Nathan calls it the 8-ball. For me, it's the knockout. Boy, is this a heck of a brush. This is probably the best knot I've ever used in terms of providing a luxurious experience with a little bit of backbone. It is a horse of a knot. Even though it's only 25 millimeters, it feels bigger. It feels like a cloud on the face, and the brush is beautiful to boot. So thank you, Nathan Clark. You nailed it when you were suggesting a knot for me. Absolutely nailed it. All right. The razors were Gillette Red Tip Super Speeds. This one, of course, has a Delta Echo finish. The Derby Premium was in this one. The Derby Extra was in the old school. In terms of blade, I thought I felt a little bit more smoothness in the Derby Premium. However, the Derby Extra was still really nice for the first shave. Okay, and now we get to the aftershave. And today I just happened to pull out Stirling Sandpiper. Really nice scent. These aftershaves are quite affordable. Very good stuff. You don't have to spend a lot of money on aftershaves, folks, if you don't want to. You can get a quality aftershave that has some longevity for, between $12 and $14 from Stirling or Razor Rock, or, there are other people too that I forget. But this one smells fantastic. I don't know how to describe the scent, but I like it, I can tell you that. Let's go for another round. It's Friday. We've earned it, haven't we? All right, let's do it. Oh, yeah. Great. Really, really enjoying that. All right. Thanks everyone for joining me once again. I really do appreciate your support. Until next time, let's make America shave again.